Let's get down to business and defeat this reading slump. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. If you are not new here, welcome back. I have missed you, my nerdlings. And right next to me, I have a stack of books that I am hoping to read this end of the year that will get me out of my reading slump, because I have not picked up a book and attempted to read since I finished Empire of the Vampire in the end of June. I know. Bananas. So I'm hoping these will help me. I have YA, I have some middle grade, and I have a memoir. So, and then on this side of me, I have little baby Leon, so that in case he needs something, he's right next to me and I won't have to pause the filming and go and getting him. So he might make an appearance. And I have my glass of water, so let's get this started. First things first. We'll start with the memoir. I know what y'all are thinking if you've been around here, but you don't read memoirs. You're right, I don't. And you're going to say, but you don't even know this person. I know who she is. I don't know very much about her. And then you're going to say, well, aren't you a little old to be a fan of her or to read her book? And though I am hurt for you to think I am that old, you're right. Like, she was a Disney kid, or she was a Nickelodeon kid after I was way old to be watching Nickelodeon. So I have I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. And I know what else y'all are thinking, but you don't read hyped books. You're right. I don't. Wow. Y'all know me pretty well. So this book is Jennette's memoir about her life growing up as a child actress and the trials and tribulations of that. I don't want to spoil too much for this, but if you are interested in this, you need to look up trigger warnings for child abuse. SA, trying not to say stuff that will upset people, and it's really hard. But I have seen the hype about it, and even though there's some hard-hitting topics, and I know it's going to be a rough read, this type of memoir is the type I like to read. Because I identify with some of the trauma, and it helps me on a personal level to work through some of that trauma. So this will probably be, if I read it, it'll be one of the first things I read so that I can be done with it, because I know I have a bunch of cousins that want to read it as well, and this is a hard book to get your hands on right now. So we will see how this goes. Next, we have a couple YAs that I have a feeling I'm going to need some lightheartedness after I read that. And as we all know, I'm a K-pop fan, or stan, however you want to say it. And I may or may not be learning about some other groups recently that have piqued my interest. Like, I've always known about the groups and listened to some of their music, but I actually did the whole, I just want to know their names rabbit hole recently. And Leon's making his debut, because somebody's getting fussy. Say hi, Leon. So, this is Leon. So he's going to hang out in my lap while we do this. You might not be able to see him when he's in my lap because I'm short and the difference of level. Okay. We got him satisfied with his passy. But anyways, back to K-pop. We all know I love K-pop. It's definitely nothing new. And so, with that being said, I would like to pick up this fall XOXO by Axio. This is a story about a girl who is a classically trained cellist. And one night she meets this young man who comes to find out is one of the biggest K-pop idol group members. And there's some love there. And of course, in the K-pop world, there's a lot of instances where idols are not allowed to date, which kind of sucks, in my opinion. And then you have toxic fans that get really mad if their idol is dating, which is stupid, again, in my opinion. So that's what this is about. Two people fall in love and they have to deal with a whole lot of problems because one of them's an idol. And can I just talk about how the fact that the naked hardcover matches the dust jacket? Like, I honestly could just, I'm tempted to just take the dust jacket off and leave it off because that's the type of person I am. And I did, or when I ordered this, I did get a signed copy. So I'm super excited. Maybe I'll do like a K-pop themed reading vlog because we have another K-pop themed book. Once Upon a K-prom. This is about a young girl that is an American citizen. I believe she's Korean American. And she has a friend named Robbie. When they're young, they make the promise to each other that if we ever, when we get to seniors, I'll take you to prom. Well, then Robbie moves to Korea and joins a K-pop group and becomes super duper big. And so she's like, I'm going to have to find someone to go to prom with because obviously Robbie is not going to be able to fit it in his schedule. No biggie. Come to find out, Robbie does. And then she has to deal with all the toxic media and K-pop stans. Do we see a theme here? So that's what this one's about. And I love Cat Cho. If you are new here, I read her Gumiho and Dokebi books. Absolutely loved them. And so I'm excited for this. And can we talk about the fact that this dust jacket has art on the underside? We have all of the idols. I'm trying to make sure it's in the frame and you don't get it too reflective. So we have all of our idols and names, so you can go back and see it. And like, loving this. So I've been putting it off because I wasn't ready for it. Like, I didn't want to read it and then get into a slump of I want to read something like that again and I not have anything that goes with it. But I do have XOXO, so maybe I will get my fix between the two books and we'll have an idol reading vlog. Just thought of that as we were sitting here. I might do it. I probably will do it. Next, I have two books that are my son's that honestly, that he hasn't read yet, but I bought them for him because they were something like right up his alley, and now I want to read them. And it's called, we have The Endangereds, and then The Endangered's Melting Point. So this is about animals. So it's time for the animals to take fate in their own paws. Innocent animals are in trouble. Temperatures are climbing, tides are rising, and food is disappearing. Someone needs to step in to rescue the struggling species from extinction. Someone needs to turn this mess around, and that someone is the endangereds. One super strong polar bear, one pangolin with a genius for engineering, one extremely sarcastic narwhal, and an orangutan with a big dream. Together, these four unlikeliest of heroes are determined to save endangered species across the globe. It sounds wicked cute, and honestly, pangolins are Nikolai's favorite animal of all time. They're wicked cute, and I totally don't blame him for thinking they're adorable. So I'm intrigued. It sounds kind of like Mission Impossible meets G-Force. I don't know if you know G-Force, the little hamster movie. So I can't wait. They sound super cute. So we got books 1 and 2. Obviously, I don't want to read the synopsis of book 2 because that might spoil book 1. So we're just going to leave it at that. Animals saving their own freaking planet. Love it. And I'm here for it. You good? No? Maybe? He doesn't know what he wants. So, we're just going to sit here for a minute. I'm going to pause and I will be right back. Alright. Next, I started this reading journey a long time ago where I said I wanted to read all of Rick Riordan's works. Slight issue with that, I don't own Daughter of the Deep, but I do own, Trials of Apollo, Kane Chronicles, Magnus Chase. I donated my Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus to my son's old school. But earlier this year, I read the first book in Trials of Apollo called The Hidden Oracle. So I need to finish that series. And that's my hope this fall. One of my big goals before the end of the year is to finish these 4 books. It should not take me until December to finish these 4 books because I read The Hidden Oracle in the matter of like 3 days. And that was, with taking reading breaks and whatnot. And then I have Magnus Chase and the Kane Chronicles to read. I started Magnus Chase like 2 years ago too. So I'm going to have to restart it because I know I won't remember enough. So we have these 4 that I would like to get to. And Rick Riordan seems to be a comfort pick for me, just like Susan Dennard and bless you. And Tricia Levenseller, Carrie Maniscalco, like they're comfort reads for me. They're comfort authors. So I'm sure these will be totally easy for me to bust through. So there's the next choice. And last stack, I'm missing a book from. Technically, but at the same time, do I really want to make that reading vlog 5 books deep? I don't know. It's so dark. No, we'll keep it to these 4, and I'll save that other book for a different reading vlog. So this next reading vlog has 4 books by 4 different authors, but you will sense a theme as I go through them. You want your pacifier? Maybe. I'm not sure, Mom. Alright, so first we have Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh. This is the first book in a series. I can't remember what the second book is called off the top of my head. Smoke in the Sun. That's what it is. Okay, I'm going to read you a little blurb of the synopsis, and then we'll see if you can figure out the theme here. And I'm sorry ahead of time if I butcher pronunciations of names. I'm just going to preface that. Mariko has always known she'd been raised for one purpose: to marry. Never mind her cunning and her skills as an accomplished alchemist, she's a samurai's daughter first. But on the way to meet her betrothed, Mariko's convoy is attacked by the Black Clan, a group of bandits hired to kill Mariko before she reaches the palace. Somehow, she manages to escape and reemerges disguised as a peasant boy, ready to infiltrate the Black Clan and seek her revenge. Once within their ranks, though, Mariko finds for the first time she's appreciated for her intellect and abilities. Not only that, she's falling in love. A love that will force her to question everything she's ever known about her family, her purpose, and her deepest desires. Okay, so we have a girl posing as a boy. Then we have literally 3 different Mulan retellings. Theme: it's a Mulan imagination, like, it's a Mulan vlog. That's what it's going to be. Reimagining. That's the word I was looking for. Come on. There you go. So first we have The Magnolia Sword, A Ballad of Mulan by Sherry Thomas. And if I can open it, China, 484 AD, a warrior in disguise. All her life, Mulan has trained for one purpose: to win the duel that every generation in her family must fight. If she prevails, she can reunite a pair of priceless heirloom swords separated decades earlier and avenge her father, who is paralyzed in his own duel. Then a messenger from the emperor arrives, demanding all families send one soldier to fight the Rouran. It's got to be Rouran. R-O-U-R-A-N. Rouran invaders in the north. Mulan's father cannot go. Her brother is just a child. So she ties her hair up and takes up her sword and joins the army as a man. Inspired by Wuxia martial arts, dramas, as well as centuries-old Ballad of Mulan, The Magnolia Sword is perfect for fans of Renee Ahdieh, Marie Lu, and Kristen Cashore. A thrilling, romantic, and sharp-edged novel that lives up to its beloved heroine. So, we got The Magnolia Sword. Next, we have Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. I have already read this book. I read this book in December of 2020 and absolutely loved it. I bought it forever ago and then literally just held on to it. I bought it in 2018 and then never read it till 2020. It's signed by Elizabeth Lim. Maybe I can take the sticker off finally. So the whole premise of this... Nope, that sticker's not coming off. It's a Disney Twisted Tale. I know, I don't like Disney Twisted Tales. But I love this one. So this is the whole concept of that... you know the scene in Mulan when they're at the mountain and Shang comes up, Captain Li Shang comes up and like steps in front of the sword for Mulan and gets injured? this is the premise that Shang is about to die. And so Mulan makes a deal to go to the underworld to save his soul so he doesn't die. And it's the battle of finding their way out of the underworld without Mulan dying in the process. So that's what this is about. And it's super, I loved it. There was so much Chinese mythology in this that I just got so happy. My little mythology loving heart just couldn't take it. And lastly, we have Feather in the Flame by Livia Blackburn, which we just talked about in my recent haul. It is a Mulan retelling that imagines life after the war and how that all goes. So that's that book. So those are the books, my very ambitious plans for the end of the year. There will be a themed reading vlog on all the Mulan reads. There will be one for the K-pop reads. Let me know in the comments below if you would like a reading vlog on the Endangereds and I'm Glad My Mom Died. So, like the video if you did. Comment what you think. If you made it this far and you have nothing to comment, like discussion-wise, toss in an emoji. I don't know what kind of emoji. Let's do a sword for Mulan, because why not? And then subscribe to if you want to see more. But remember, until next time, you are loved and you are valid.